Hello everybody. Today I'm here with the Disney Heroes Battle Mode Update 4.1. Today we are getting Duff Killigan from Kim Possible and Milo Thatch from Atlantis. And then also some newsletter and promo codes, battle pass, price reduction, and rewards increase, which I won't be talking about, but that is really nice. And then bug fixes and improvements, which I also will not be talking about. But something I certainly will be talking about is Duff Killigan, so let's take a closer look at him. It is genuinely insane to even see this on my screen right now. Like, if you were predicting this, why? And also, how? And also, why? But, I mean, the thing is, it's cool. Just because it's such an obscure character. And another Kim Possible character as well, which I certainly was not expecting. I watched Kim Possible as a kid, but I've not watched it at all recently, so I forget just how much of it Duff Killigan is in it. Like, is he one of the more primary villains? I genuinely do not remember. But either way, it certainly is interesting. I guess we don't have a golf-centered moveset yet. We got the bowling one down with Pete, which is one of his friends, by the way, which is kind of funny. But yeah, also, what I was getting at with my previous statement is I don't really care about Duff Killigan. Like, I feel like we got all the Kim Possible characters we need, to the point where I don't really want any more. Like, at this point, I think if you were to add more cool TV show villains, I think you go to Darkwing Duck, because there's so many cool villains from that, and there are only a few in the game currently. And we kind of saw that with Quackerjack at one point, but I think they should continue that instead of adding characters from Kim Possible. But it might also be that they're trying to kind of keep up the most popular series at some point. You know, people were clamoring for Kim Possible. They might be trying to get some more popularity with that. But I just don't think he's that interesting of a character. Nothing against you if you do, but I personally don't care about him. I much prefer a new TV show or, you know, a less represented one like Darkwing Duck. But he is cool to get nonetheless. It certainly is an out there character, and I usually do prefer those. Anyways, he's going to be a damage character in the next prize wall, which starts on June 30th, which is this coming Thursday. Let's go through his skills. First up is Exploding Golf Ball. Duff putts an explosive golf ball towards the furthest enemy. After reaching them, the ball explodes, applying shatter for a duration and dealing fantastic damage to all enemies in the area. Alright, next up is Net Score. Duff slams the special golf ball towards the furthest enemy, which splits into a net during flight. The enemy takes fantastic damage while also having their movement and attack speed reduced by % for a duration. If the enemy is shattered, they will be stunned for a duration instead of being slowed. So that's cool. I feel like funny, and like, as useful as a net would be in like a fighting scenario, we don't really see that. I can't think of any other characters that just use a net. So that's cool, but it really has nothing to do with golf, but I'm sure it's something that Duff did in the show. Next up is Double Clubbed. Duff locks on the furthest enemy and launches a barrage of golf balls at them, dealing fantastic damage over duration. During this time, Duff is immune to disables. If the affected enemy is shattered or stunned, they also lose basic damage and skill power for duration. So I really hope he just goes crazy with these two clubs and starts whacking golf balls towards every enemy. Or I guess it's the furthest enemy, but... next up is Super Grass. Whenever blind is applied to Duff, he will be silenced, but in all other cases, he will be immune to silences. When Duff falls below a % of his max HP, just of HP, he plants grass around himself, which instantly heals him for a % of his max HP, and then for another amount of his HP over a duration. So, an actual, like, supportive, well, for himself, a healing move. It's nice. And then finally, 4 Duff's basic attacks now target the furthest enemy and deal an additional amount of fantastic damage. When Duff triggers Shatter on an enemy... When Duff triggers Shatter on an enemy, he has a chance to stun that enemy for a duration. Each enemy can be stunned this way once every X seconds. When enemies are KO'd, Duff gains attack speed for the rest of the wave. This attack speed can stack up to X times. His friendships are going to be with Pete and Ron Stoppable. The Ron one makes a lot of sense. And then the Pete one, again, like, he's a golfer here, Pete is a bowler. They're both, like, bulkier villains. I think it fits pretty nice. Yeah, I really have nothing else to say. I think it's time we move to Milo Thatch, which is a bit more of an obvious one, I would say, since we've gotten all those other Atlantis characters. This is the 4th one now. It'd be cool to get a 5th one just to round out that team. I don't know if I should expect it or not, but either way, it's nice to get Milo, you know, the main character. And I actually think this art for him is really, really good. I don't know, I didn't really like the Duff one all too much, but I really, really like how the rendering for Milo turned out. He looks great. And he, like I don't know, I have nothing to say. He really deserves a spot. It's cool to get him. We knew we were getting this one. Like, this one's not a surprise. This one was data mined, but the Duff one was a surprise. Which, again, when we get a character like that as a surprise, it's just so insane. But also, I guess, when you hear about the data mine, you're just like, no way. That you did not just find that in the data, but yeah, anyways. Milo's cool. Nothing really else to say. He's going to be a support hero and will be the July sign-in hero, which certainly makes a lot of sense. I'm pretty sure Kita was a sign-in hero too. And that might not be it. The other two might have been sign-ins as well. I honestly don't remember. I don't think they were prize wall. They probably were sign-ins, honestly. Okay, so going through their skills, here's the plan. Passive. Instead of basic attacking enemies, Milo Thatch reads his journal about a random one of these subjects: healing, shielding, or energy. When he reviews healing, he gains HP. When he reviews shielding, he gains shield HP for a duration. When he reviews energy, he gains energy. Pretty self-explanatory. That was a lot of words for something that I kind of understood right away. But when it's active, Milo and all allies gain shield HP for a duration. The player chooses a disable common among enemies. Milo develops and shares the counter strategy for that disable. Milo and all allies become immune to that disable for a duration. The next time Milo or his allies ignore that disable within its duration, they also gain shield HP for X seconds. So really nothing here is attacking. I feel like usually with the passive and actives, one is like an actual attack. But yeah, it says instead of basic attacking. Yeah, I don't know. It's just an interesting thing. It could have happened before, but it just feels like that's usually the case. Next up is Stunning Script. When an enemy studies or scares Milo or his allies, Milo stuns and studies that enemy for duration. This can happen once every X seconds. So does this only happen when an enemy studies or scares him? I mean, that seems to be what it's saying. Bring into focus. Milo gains precise for duration, studies all enemies for duration, and deals fantastic damage to the closest enemy. Tough translations. During Milo's Here's the Plan passive, Milo now alternates between selecting a new subject, healing, shielding, or energy, and revisiting the previous subject. When revisiting the previous subject, Milo and all allies gain the benefit associated with reviewing that subject. Man, the wording for these are like so complicated, but I think I'm getting it, but I will not remember by the time I'm actually using him in battle. Finally, according to the journal, each time Milo or an ally gains a shield from Here's the Plan, all enemies take normal damage. Each time Milo or his allies damage a studied enemy, they have a chance to gain basic damage and skill power for duration. Milo and each ally can benefit from up to X simultaneous instances of these basic damage and skill power increases. His friendships are going to be with Winifred Sanderson and Vinny Santorini, so I think any of the Atlantis characters works, so Vinny is fine. With Winifred, it's kind of funny. I think she has a book in her move. Like, I think she's usually holding a book, right? I can't really remember, but otherwise I don't really know how they're going to connect that, but it's at least an interesting friendship, I would say. So this next thing is just an email newsletter and promo codes, which is kind of nice. If you're up for that, you can subscribe to the email thing and you might get some cool rewards. I'd imagine it'll never be that interesting, but I think you get 200 gems or diamonds just for signing up for it. Like I said, there's other improvements and stuff, but I'm just going to go down to the new hero locations and content adjustments. Duff Killigan, again, is going to be on the next prize wall this Thursday. With existing heroes, the other previous prize wall characters, we got Pacha as the exclusive hero, Snow White as the VIP crate, and Amari and Daisy Duck in the diamond crates now. So that's nice. And then for the July sign-in hero and shop refreshes, which will happen on the June 30th. I'm not sure if that means Milo won't show up until June 30th or if he'll come with Duff. We'll have to wait and see, but as I already mentioned, Milo is the July sign-in hero. Then Prince Philip is going to the Battle Pass. Princess Aurora is in the contest rewards. The Horn King is in the City Watch crate. Void is in the Guild crate. Kronk is in the City Watch. Ka is in Creep Surge. The Evil Queen is in the arena, Fear is in the Coliseum, Mushu is in the Heist, and Randall Boggs is in the Guild War shop. So yeah, it's probably a right move to put Prince Philip in the Battle Pass. I feel like most people probably got him up to 6 stars, but obviously you can use his chips for more than that. But I like fully ranked up his red at level 150, I suppose. But I've got Prince Philip pretty well leveled up. I have no interest in getting more chips for him. But if you are interested, I suppose Battle Pass is a nice way for them to have you pay for that. Sadly, I think we need to take a moment of silence for Belarus, who will no longer have the game. I don't know what Belarus, why they didn't want them to have it anymore, what happened, but anyways, this is a full app update and server update that's planned for Tuesday, June 28th. I would fully expect to see some data mines because the only character we know of right now is Kuzco. I don't know what's happening with that, but it's been forever since we figured out about him. Milo we just learned about, and he's already coming before him. I don't know if something like happened with Kuzco or what, but I expect to hear about some stuff. And in terms of just other upcoming stuff, we might expect more Kim Possible now because of Duff. We could expect maybe 1 or 2 more Atlantis characters to fill out that team, since like I said, we only have 4 currently. Yeah, I don't know if I should expect more Kim Possible villains or what. It feels like they could be setting that up, but like I said, when they added Quackerjack for the Darkwing Duck series, we didn't get anything else after that, so it could just be a one and done kind of thing. Who knows? But that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you soon. Goodbye.